The first thing we need to do in prepping for the pickles is we actually need to start by heating up our brine. And our brine is going to be that equal part of white vinegar and water. And for right now, you really just want to use a small sauce pot. So equal parts of that water and vinegar. And then to that, just because we want to make sure it dissolves, is the sugar and the kosher salt. So you can put that on, I would say a medium-low heat. We want to just bring it up to where you start to see small bubbles, not a full rapid boil, okay? The other thing that you can do is you want to go ahead now and sterilize your jar, and not your lid. And the lids I have for you guys have these little wax rings, and so we don't want to boil those. Your lid is an all-in-one, so just keep your lid off to the side. I have another pot of hot boiling water, and what you want to do is go ahead and put this in. Bring the water to a boil, turn it off, and just put your jar in that water for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what that, again, is just sterilizing that jar really quick, just to make sure that it's nice and clean. So let's go ahead and prepare the pickles. Now you guys are actually going to have pickling cucumbers. They're a little bit fatter. These are Persian, so if you wanted to make it again, you could do Persian cucumbers. I was having a really hard time finding the pickling cucumbers in the store, so again, you guys could use Persian. I'm just going to trim the little ends of them off. I'm going to leave the other stem because it is edible, and I kind of like the look of them when I pickle. Now you guys kind of have the option of what you would like to do. You can do spears, which is what I'm going to do. You could do little rounds, like if you wanted for like, you know, like hamburgers or just eat inside, you could do nice little rounds. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to quarter these. You could even just leave them halves if you like big wedges of pickles. I tend to find though if I do these little quarters, I can get more in my jar and get as many in there as you possibly can. Go ahead and pull that apart. And you can look up different recipes online if you really like to do this, and you can't find pickling spice. I do know I found it at Ralph's in the past. It has a combination of, there's mustard seed, there's allspice, bay leaf. This one even has a little bit of black peppercorn, some red chili flakes. So we're going to use this combination that we have. All right, let me pull my jar out. And what I've done is I just used a pair of tongs, and I'm just going to wipe the outside. I'm actually not going to touch the inside of it at all. Okay, and it's warm. And then what we want to add to the inside of this jar first, I like to go ahead and add my pickling spice into the bottom of it, so I know it's in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my dill, and I like to go ahead and just add just the flower part. I'm going to add just a couple in the bottom, but you want to add a good amount of that dill. And then I'm even going to wait, and I can add a couple in between. All right, now go ahead and add your pickles. Now, if they're a little too tall, which mine are, unfortunately, you're going to have to cut them down. You need to make sure they're not any taller than the jar. So there we go, get them in there. And I do arrange them, try to get them so I can see the outside. I'm going to save the little bits I'm cutting off, and I will just make another batch and do little pickle chunks. So nothing is going to go to waste. Let's see how many we can actually get into one jar. I'm starting to smell that vinegar. It's not the best smell if you have your your exhaust fan. I would make sure you turn that on. Vinegar can be a little strong. All right, that was 4. Looks like that's all I'm going to get in there. I probably might be able to get a couple of these little chunks in there. But I'm going to leave it at that. In fact, I'm going to pull just a couple out so that I can go ahead and pull these middle ones. And I'm going to shove more of that dill in there. Again, you want a nice amount of dill. I'm going to even put a little on the top. And the other thing I'm going to add is some garlic. And I'm just going to even set the garlic just so it's on the top. So you want to take, I would say 2, 3 cloves of garlic. I'm not even going to worry about peeling it. I'm just going to take the 2. This one's kind of big, so I'm just going to do 2 cloves. I'm just going to take it and smack it. So you kind of just smash it. And then you can give it a quick little peel. I mean, you can eat the garlic if you want. I'm just going to put garlic right inside that jar. Right in there. And then again, add some more of this dill. Okay, my vinegar and water is slightly simmering, so I'm going to turn it off. Add more of my dill onto the top. Okay, another little piece of garlic. There we go, sticky. And then you're going to add, again, that liquid. Pour it right on the top. As much as you can. You don't want to go too high up on the surface. Make sure your dill is in. Take your lid. Okay, and very carefully go ahead, take your lid, screw it down nice and tight. Okay, and that's it. You have your brine. I'm just going to kind of shake it up a little bit, see if I get all that pickle brine. I might be able to add, again, you want to make sure you have that liquid all the way covered your pickles. And that's simple. You're going to let this sit on the counter for about an hour to allow it to cool. Put it in the refrigerator. Must be refrigerated. You can start to eat them within 24 hours. Have fun.